Do you have a minute? I'd like to end racism and sexism, if you have a minute. I was thinking the other day, Scott, how can I end racism in this country, as well as sexism and any kind of LGBTQ discrimination? Scott, how can I do this? And I would like to offer you the following solution. I call it the theory of infinite variety of humans. I just named it. I didn't really call it anything until just this moment. So here's the theory. It's a different frame for understanding our reality. So here's the new framework, the infinite variety of humans framework. This, by the way, has been my own mental model forever. Our current frame says you got your men, you got your women, you got your gays, you got your transgenders, you got your blacks, you got your whites, you got your Asians, you got your Hispanics. All right, that's the current model. Is that there are categories, and you're in one or more of the categories. What happens when you imagine a world in which there are categories? And you also imagine that you can sort people into the categories. Oh, you're a woman, you're also Hispanic. Okay, you go into the Hispanic woman category. That's who you are. What happens when you see the world that way? Well, what happens is you revert to teams. Because as soon as you know what team you're on, you go, oh, wait, I'm on the older white guy team in America. Okay, that must be my team. What is the automatic biological reaction to being on a team? You can't turn this off. It makes you think that the other team needs to be defeated, needs to be controlled, but you want your team to win because it's your team. There's no thinking involved. It's just like, well, I'm on a team. I want it to win. So here's the new framework, the infinite variety of humans framework. This, by the way, has been my own mental model forever, which is one of the reasons that sort of classic discrimination, racism, prejudice, etc., confuses me. Here's what confuses me. Have you ever seen, let's say, white supremacists or racists say that white people are awesome because white people invented a lot and built a lot? This is a common thing, right? Hey, white people did a bunch of good stuff. We invented a lot of inventions and accomplished some stuff. Do you know what's wrong with that? The racists didn't do shit. The racists are different people. You can't take credit for strangers just because they have something in common with your DNA. That's not a thing, but yet we all do it. One of the most positive sounding but actually negative things is to say you have pride in your group. Are you proud to be whatever? Fill in the blank. You're proud to be an Elbonian. You're proud to be black. You're proud to be a woman. You're proud to be Asian American, whatever you are. That is the worst thing you could ever say. If you want to make the world a better place, do not take pride in the accomplishment of strangers. Strangers don't know you. When Edison invented the light bulb, I don't get credit because I'm white. It doesn't work that way. We are all infinitely different people with different capabilities. The fact that some people did some impressive things who are not me, if they're not me, how do I take credit for that? Just because I sort of look like some of them somehow? It doesn't work that way. Here's the better frame. Everybody is infinitely different. What do I care about your sex life? You're just like me, and you're just like everybody here. Yours is completely different than everybody else's. The amount you want it, the things you think about, the things that turn you on, the things you care about, it's probably changed over time. We are all infinitely different. I am so different from people who are also male and also, let's say, white male, because in my case, that's my category I've been forced to be in. I'm not like you. Let's be honest. Would you be listening to this Periscope if the things I said were the same things you were already thinking? No. The entire reason that any white male is watching me talk is because the things that I say will not be the things you're already thinking. That's the whole point. Once you leave the frame of people being, in their little categories as society has assigned for us, and you say, what about we're all infinitely different? You have to reject how similar you are to your own category to get to the next level. If you imagine this is like a video game, you're trying to get to the next level, you have to reject pride in your group. Pride in your group is just stupid. Pride in your group is counterproductive because it forces you to be in your group and then you're taking credit for strangers, right? Do all black people get credit because Obama was president? No. Do all white people get credit because George Washington was a great general? No. I don't get any credit for that. I'm not George Washington. He's a stranger. Stop taking credit for strangers and stop thinking that anybody has to be in your box. So one of the reasons my regular listeners know that I've been quite defensive of everything LGBTQ. It's not because I think that gay people should have equal rights, but of course I do. It's not because I think anybody who's transgender, etc., should have equal opportunities and rights, but I do. The reason that I'm supportive is because I like the frame that we're just all different. If you took any of the letters in LGBTQ, just say, oh, I'll take the L. Let's look at all the people who are, lesbians. They're all different. I mean, some of them coincidentally will have things in common, but they're not the important things, right? They're just infinitely different. So that frame is more powerful than you think it is.